Hi, welcome to CNN 10, the best 10 minute in news. Thanks to you, I'm Koi Wire. Great to be back here with you, kicking off in another week of learning and some fun. Let's get started. We start today in Europe, where Swedish police are investigating a suspected case of sabotage of an undersea cable that took place last week. It's the third time the Finnish telecom cable was damaged, this time in Sweden's economic zone, after being completely severed in November and December of last year. Undersea cables are the invisible force behind almost all of our communications around the world. Everything from bank transfer to streaming. And even this episode you're watching right now are all possible because of vast network of internet cables that lie under the sea. We've come to rely on this vital infrastructure in our everyday lives, unaware they are existent at times. That because companies spread data across multiple cables so that if one goes down, customers won't be cut off. It's an important practice given how vulnerable the cables can be to a host of factors like hurricanes, earthquake, an accident, or intentional damage from fishing nets or ship anchors. Within the last week, few runs, multiple undersea cables in the Baltic Sea in Europe have been disrupted. NATO officials have launched an operation sending warship tasks with preventing these expected intentional attacks in the Baltic Sea while improving coordination with border guards from the affected nation. CNN Nick Roberts shows us how these cables work and just how vulnerable they can be. You might think that the internet comes from up there in the sky, in the cloud. The reality is it right deep below the ocean. And it's all possible because of a global network or an international cable under the sea. This map shows the hundred that crisscross the ocean connecting countries with each other. According to NATO, 1.3 million kilometers of cables carry $10 trillion worth of financial transactions daily. So, how do they actually work? Well, modern undersea data cables like this one use fiber optic technology. The fibers are wrapped in layers and layers of protection before they are laid on the seabed by ships. They laid directly on the seafloor, however, closer to shore. They are typically buried under the seabed. The process can take years as it involves a lot of planning to determine the best phase of each line. And because this is vital, there's a real concern about their vulnerability in a new era of hybrid warfare, according to short overall. Pop quiz, hot shot. What percentage of Earth oxygen is produced by the Amazon rainforest? 5%, 10%, 20%, or 50%? If you said 20 years so many, the largest rainforests in the world contribute an estimated one-fifth of the oxygen produced on land via photosynthesis. Deforestation has been a major threat to the Amazon rainforest for decades, driven by factors like growing infrastructure development, ranching, and mining. In Brazil, the Environmental Protection Agency recently led a raid to combat deforestation there, stopping illegal loggers, closing their sawmill, and finding the involved millions of dollars. as the part post about shows us how the operation carried out its goal to curb illegal logging in the protect and indigenous land that see some of the country's highest deforestation rates. Marabalia, on the other hand, Brazil, today's story get a 10 out of 10 flying taxis of the not so distant future. A UK-based company are working to launch a new mode of urban transport in cities across the world by the year 2030. It says these flying machines will be safe, low noise, zero emission, and nimble enough to fly through city airspace. And they won't cost much more than traditional taxis, Ubers, and Rips. Hang on in Bristol, where the flying rides are being tested out. Imagine trying to book taxi on your app and it comply or isn't planned. And this is what the vehicle will look like that arrives. It's an electric. What should we call it? Is it a helicopter? Is it a plane? Answer is neither or rather both. This is 3x4, an electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle, eVTOL, the short, built by Briscoe-based Vertical Aerospace. It's not quite a flying car from the Jetson, but eVTOLs are likely to be landing in a Baltic fort near you in the not too distant future. When we talk about being applied taxes, talk about taking technology versus sci-fi to reality. Let me ask you this: if there was a flying taxi in your town right now, would you take it, or do you need some more time to see how things will go? All right, thanks to all of you who have subscribed and have commented to our CNN 10 YouTube channel for your shout out request. Our shout out today is going New Milford, Pennsylvania, Blue Ridge High School. We see you, Raiders. And to my new friend I met last week, the Eagles and Mr. P at Cleve Hill Middle School in Buffalo, New York. Rise up. Have you had some day, everyone. See you right back here tomorrow on CNN 10.